Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we're going to have Kyle. Kyle is from Manchester in England, in the UK. So let's see what Kyle has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Kyle, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, bud. You?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me on.
So tell me, how was your day today?
Not too bad. There's a lot of music stuff. I've got a gig tomorrow, so I've been learning a lot of songs today. And I took on a challenge on TikTok and Instagram to write a song every day. So
Wow,
I've been doing a lot of that as well. So I've posted that today, and that's out. So job done.
that's amazing. I love those challenges. I love and we challenge ourselves. And I think it's a way to push ourselves to do something great.
Yeah, man.
I know you're on holidays, so tell me, how was your holidays?
Yeah, it was class. A nice little week in Sicily.
Wow.
Very, very relaxed, really. Didn't do too much. Went up a volcano. Um, Went to the beach, sat by the pool, ate a lot of food, drank a lot of wine.
It was your first time over there, or you've been there before?
First time in Sicily, yeah. Been to Italy 2 years ago, but first time in Sicily, yeah.
Tell me, where you're from, Kyle?
I'm from Manchester in England.
Born and raised?
Yep, and I'm currently residing in York.
Wow. And why the change from Manchester to York?
My girlfriend got a job in York.
There you go. So tell me, what was the biggest joy of growing up in Manchester, in your opinion?
Um, that is a good question. Probably just the people I've met. I reckon. Yeah. I've still got a lot of good friends like that I've met from being a little kid. That we're all still really close. It's got a good music scene, which I think has helped into what I do.
Yeah.
So probably them two things really.
And your family is still back in Manchester?
Yeah. Well, my
Amazing.
mum's there and my dad's down in London.
I see. Okay, so let's start the interview talking about your career as a musician, as a singer. I was checking a little bit your profile, and I could see your passion. I could see how much, you enjoy your music. So walk me through a little bit how things got together.
How I started doing this?
Yeah, how did you start?
I've been playing in bands and playing music since I was like 13.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing it a while. And again, it was just I've always loved music, always been really interested in music, and then I think I must have been about 12 and sort of got my first guitar and was
Wow.
like, right, here we go. And it sort of started from that.
Amazing. And who gave you your first guitar?
My dad got me my first guitar. Yeah.
Wow. Do you still have it or not anymore?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't really use it very much anymore because I've bought new guitars. But I still have it. I don't think I'll get rid of it.
Oh, for sure. I think those it means a lot for sure. This guitar and always will mean the
I'm
first
quite
one, always the
quite
first one.
sentimental as well. Like I keep hold of a lot of
Amazing.
stuff. Like I go through drawers. Like when I moved house and I was going through drawers and I was like, I've got so much stuff that I've just kept hold of that I don't really need, but I don't get rid of it.
Yeah. Funny enough, I'm originally from Brazil, and I left Brazil when I was 19 year old. And I remember, when I arrived in Europe, in Portugal, and my mom, she bought me this shirt, this green shirt,
Yeah.
and I remember like wearing on my trip. And I remember, like, as you said, sometimes you go through your clothes, your things, you need to get rid of it, there's new clothes coming. But when I reach to it, I go like, oh my god, no, this one I cannot. And I was and I still have it here on the side. Actually, I still have it here, and
Yeah.
for some reason I just kept it. I think it's as you said, it's a sentimental thing. There's always gonna be there. Yeah, and all the time when I go through my clothes and think, when I find it, like, oh my god, I look at it and wow, that was my first shirt arrived in Europe. Yeah, for sure.
Do you ever wear it still or not?
To be honest with you, a few years ago I put it on just
Yeah.
to feel again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and since then, no, I think it would be too tight now. I was more skinny
Fair.
than, you know. So, but yes, it's a sentimental. That's always gonna bring me to that trip that was very important for me and changed my life. So I think it's a great for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your music and about your life as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah, Mom.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just first to relax before the first question. Okay?
Yeah, Mom.
Amazing. Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing. First question is, what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness. I think happiness for me always comes down to being content with things. Like, I think that's true happiness is like, it's not like mad highs, or like an amazing thing that's happened. Obviously, that's like a joyful experience and a happy experience. But I think being content with sort of standard things, I think, is true happiness. Sorry,
No, carry on,
whether it
sorry, carry
be
on.
in yourself, content in yourself, content with where you're at in life, even if you're trying to do better things, like that feel like being content doesn't mean you don't strive for things, but I think being content and happiness like interlock pretty hard.
So saying that, tell me, when have you been the most happy?
When Manchester City won the league for the first time. That was a big one, to be fair, but that was again, that was a very specific kind of happiness.
Uh-huh.
But I think like on the whole, I think I'm happiest when I'm with people I enjoy being with, and again, also when I'm playing music. Like playing music live on stage is a big, big thing for me.
Tell me, do you think that happiness is a choice?
Is it a choice?
Do you think it's a choice, happiness or not?
No, probably not.
Tell me
Because
why.
if you can be put in certain circumstances where it's probably almost impossible.
Yeah, I agree. I think happiness is a mindset as well. I think all of us, we are aiming to be happy. But of course, some days just it's not there. And it's okay as well. It's okay. There. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, next question is, what bores you?
What bores me? Myself sometimes. Like I get like I get bored easily. I need to be busy. Like I think that's the thing. Like even if I stay sort of, you know, when you're like tired and you go, I'm going to give myself a day to do nothing. If I have 3 hours doing that, then I start getting like aggy, and I'm like, I need to go and do something. Like, so I think like anything can bore me. I need to be busy and constantly sort of engaged with stuff.
And you always been this way?
Yeah, always. Like, even as a kid, this sounds stupid, but in the summer holidays, I used to wake up early, and all my mates would have a lie-in. So I'd be waiting around for like 2-3 hours while everyone woke up, just because I wanted to go to the park or something, and it'd wind me up. My mum would be like watching me pace around the house.
That's so interesting. You just made me remember something about myself. Growing up back in Brazil, very young, I was maybe 6 years old. On my school holidays, I would literally ask my dad if I could work. He was like, my God, of course not. Of course not right now. You know, you need to enjoy your holidays. You need to enjoy, it's time for you to enjoy the summer now. But I was like, no, I want to do something. I just want to do something. And I remember Like in Brazil, there was this ice cream shop where they have this little trolley where full of ice and people, so you can put some ice creams. And so, some kids, they didn't have opportunities in life. So they were kind of selling that around the street, yeah, to get some
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
And I was like, no, no, I can do that as well. He was like, no, absolutely not. You're going to enjoy your freedom. So I understand your point. I think I've always been very proactive as well, productive, always have this personality as well. Saying that, when you think about yourself, when you analyze you, what's the biggest joy of being Kyle? What do you like the most about being yourself?
Geez, I'm quite a self-critical person, really. But the thing I like most about myself is probably, I think other people kind of enjoy being around me. That might sound somewhat narcissistic, but I think I bring a bit of a laugh and a bit of joy to other people around me when I'm doing stuff.
And why is that? Why do you think people have this a way of approaching, being around you?
Just because I'm a bit stupid and a bit daft.
What's your star sign astrology?
A Leo.
Leo. So your birthday is very soon.
Oh, yeah, a couple of months. Yeah.
August. Wow.
Yeah.
Any plans for the birthday this year?
I think I'm working the day before and then maybe the day after as well. So maybe nothing, or I don't know yet. There's no solid plans.
I see. Next question. Let's do it. You're very good. Drink water today. It's a very warm day. It's a day
Yeah,
for
it
that.
was hot.
Right. So before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of being a musician? What do you like the most about, singing and performing?
Well, I think there's probably two separate bits to that. Creating is one thing for sure, like being creative and whether that be writing songs or writing music or collaborating with other people, and doing those things. And then performing is just like performing in front of people is just like so much fun. I can't put it into words. Like, I think it's one of them things like where it's like a buzz you get that you don't get a buzz off that from anything else, and there's nothing that sort of like hits that spot.
Wow. And the opposite side, what do you find most challenging about it?
It's a very, very, very busy space.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people want to do it, understandably, for all them fun reasons. So like opportunities are sort of few and far between sometimes. Like there's a lot of effort, a lot of graft, and then sometimes that feels like it's for very little reward.
Wow. Yeah, I think big cities like, Manchester, London, I'm sure New York as well, there are a lot of artists trying to expose their art, and the competition can be quite big. But I think it's part of the journey, and it keeps you busy and, to focus more in your career, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Next question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
Yes.
Tell me why.
I think they've changed probably in the past 3 years.
Why?
I sort of semi-joke, but it's probably quite serious. I think I had a bit of like an ego death maybe about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I think I was quite set. I had very specific things that I was like, I need to be doing this or I need to be doing that and I need to be there, and or why am I not at this point, and stuff like that. And then you'd pit yourself against all the other things that you see. But I think that was, again, it was an ego thing. It was me wanting to be something more than I felt that I was at the time. And I think in the past few years, I kind of just went, why do I care that much? Like it's not that important. Like there's so many more important things, and the things that I have done are unbelievable, and I'm mega grateful for. I mean, I always was, but like I think I just had a bit of a rethink on things and was just like, so my priorities in that sense changed, like in terms of what maybe was most important to me.
And when was the turn point? Did something happen, or you just genuinely felt like, okay, I don't think that's a good place to be. I need to change my mindset.
Yeah, there were a couple of things. I was in a band at the time, and that was quite stressful. A lot of the weight on that sort of fell on my shoulders, and I pushed that really hard, and sort of probably put too much pressure on myself on that. That got me into a really bad place with like my mental health and stuff.
Wow.
And I was at like pretty much a breaking point on it, like personally.
I see.
And yeah, so that was like the main thing that I was just like, and then other people around me like, it's obviously not worth this. Like
Wow.
you're in a bad place. Like it's not worth it.
I think that's what I call when those negative things that turn a positive thing in the end. You became more mature, you became more understand about your surrounding.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Next question, ready?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it. Next one. Next question is, tell us about your guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasures. What would my guilty pleasure be? I don't really like, or I tend to not like sort of like reality bullshit TV. But then there's some things that I get quite into.
For example,
what did I get in? The Circle. I got really into that. If you've ever seen that,
no.
I got wildly into that. Was like that and Traitors. There was two reality shows that I got like quite into.
Wow.
The Circle's like it's like people are locked in like a housing complex, and they can communicate to each other through a Facebook profile. They make the profile. Sometimes they're being themselves, and sometimes they're pretending to be other people.
Ah, okay.
And then people get voted off whether they like the people or not, and then I think you win however much money at the end of it. But I got well into that.
And why do you think you got into it? Was just a trash TV that you love to watch, or just something that you just got used to watching it?
I think because it's like a bit schemy. Like if there's anything like got a bit schemy in it, I can sort of get involved in that. Like I get quite hooked on that. But normally, like I just would be like, just don't put it on. Please keep me away from it.
Right. I have 3 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, as you mentioned in the beginning of the interview about your challenge, writing songs, and
Yeah.
of course, not because of the challenge, but for you to write your songs, what's the big inspiration for you to, to put everything on paper?
It's a good way to empty my head, I think, a lot of the times. Like, so it's like almost like a journaling process in some ways. Sometimes it's just nice to get a guitar and sing really loud. It's like a bit cathartic. I remember there's a guy called John Martin who I adore, and there was a little interview with him once, and he says, moaning down the microphone and singing the blues, it's very cathartic, very good for the head. And I always thought that was quite a nice little quote. So them 2 reasons really, like, yeah, little emptying of my head
see.
and also emotion.
I see. And what was your song of the day today? What was the lyric that you wrote today, if you can share? What's about?
It's a tune probably about feeling a little bit lost, a little bit not sure where things are going. And like that's about it really. It's not like trying to reconcile that. It's just about, it just is what it is. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Next question is, who would you swap lives with for a day if you could, for any reason?
I don't know if I'd want to choose something that I could maybe learn something from, or if it's just like something that'd be fun.
Uh-huh.
I might change lives with. Do you know what? I would love to be a dog and just see what that's like. Actually, no, a cat, because I think I'm probably more like a dog, whereas I'm always quite jealous of how like independent a cat can be, and it
That's so
can, yeah, it's like so content on just cutting about on its own, and maybe I'd like to figure out what that feels like a bit.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
Whoa. Meaning of life. I don't know if there is one. I think that's kind of a nice thing. I think what was I studied philosophy at university,
Oh, wow.
so I've done a lot of this. I've wrote essays on this kind of stuff, and there was a philosopher called Friedrich Nietzsche who basically he's got a famous quote that you've probably heard. He says, "God is dead and we have killed him," and he goes on and on. And I was doing a thing based around that, and the thing that I sort of came to a conclusion of was, even if there is no meaning, so if there is no meaning in life or in the world, then that creates ultimate possibility for anything. So if there's
Wow.
no one true meaning or there's no absolute, then anything's possible and you can put meaning onto whatever you want.
Beautiful. Like that.
Yeah.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Tell me about, before the next question, tell me about your big inspirations for music, like, names of artists that you always be inspired by. Tell me 3 names.
3 names.
Yeah, they always be inspired by music.
John Martin, as I mentioned before, he was probably one of the main reasons I picked up a guitar and wanted to write songs. I think
Okay.
he was like unreal. Like, I don't know, just everything about him was so cool. The way he played guitar was so cool. Like, the soulfulness of him was so cool. The sort of melancholic ache that just exudes from him and the emotion that pours from him. I was just like, that's unbelievable. And I want to be able to figure that out if I can. So John Martin, probably in a less sort of songwritery sense, Angus Young from AC/DC, the guitarist from AC/DC. Like, when I was a kid watching him, it was just like, that's how you put on a performance. Do you know what I mean? That's how you put on a show. And I think that's always been something that I've like, less so with my singer-songwriter stuff, but when I was in my band, like people like Angus Young, I was like, if you're doing a gig, you're putting on a show. You're not just standing there and playing the songs. So Angus Young, and then thirdly, Joni Mitchell, because I just think she's probably one of, if not the best songwriter that's ever been. And like, I think Blue by Joni Mitchell is my favorite album in the world, and it's just, she's just amazing. And like, even when she's done things like she's re-recorded certain songs like years later, and like there's completely different meanings to them songs now just because of the way she sings them. I think she's unreal.
Okay, so one day you're gonna wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone for those 3 you just mentioned right now.
Jeez.
Which one you call back straight away? Which one you send a message, I'll call you back later? And the third one, you don't call back, you don't send a message, you just go like, I can talk to them another time.
Well, John Martin's dead, so I'm just gonna.
No, let's pretend they're still with us, all of them.
Okay. Oh, well, that made it easier for me because I can't ring him back. Which one do I call back straight away? I would probably call back Joni Mitchell straight away.
Okay.
And see what she wanted. And then text and call back later. I would probably be John Martin, and then I'd probably have to ignore Angus. But I just feel like I could maybe pick the other two's brains about their songwriting and their method and stuff like that.
Clever one, very clever. Next question is, what makes you very sentimental?
Me, I just am. Like that's just a part of me. I am very sentimental. Anything, like I'm quite an emotional person. Like I'll cry at adverts and stuff like that. So, anything really. Yeah, there's nothing specific. I can just pick up on it.
Wow. When was the last time that you cried?
Last time I cried, it won't have been long ago. It would have been before that. Before I went on holiday.
Oh, sweet, very sweet. Last question. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's fun. Hey, last question is, would you ever get a tattoo and what that would be?
I've always wanted one. Always have wanted one. Never got one. So
how come?
Because I don't know what I'd get.
Me too. I've always wanted, but I don't know what to get, and I'm scared that I'm gonna get bored of it.
Yeah. So I don't know if I will. I think I'll probably just, because I think if I did, I'd start just getting loads for the sake of it.
Wow. As you mentioned about, just remember now, you mentioned about Manchester United, yeah?
No, so Manchester City.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's a big thing. I'm gonna rephrase again. So you're Manchester City, yeah? So tell me, who is your favorite football player?
Currently or of all time?
One currently and all time.
Oh well, De Bruyne is just like it would have been De Bruyne. But we'll go at the minute Rodri.
Okay. Where he's from?
He's Spanish.
Spanish, okay.
Yeah. Of all time, I'd either say Sean Wright-Phillips or Sean Goater. It would be one of the two.
I see. All right. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Yeah.
Let's start with religion.
Interesting.
Family.
Far away.
Money.
Meh.
Fear.
Heights.
Life.
Long.
Love.
Always.
Politics.
Irritating.
Sex.
Fun.
Sorry?
Fun.
Okay. Friendship.
Yes.
That was like, yes. Desire.
Desire. Consistently.
Regret.
A lot.
You're like, yes. Success.
Getting there.
Wish.
3.
Say again?
3.
3.
3 wishes.
Oh, I thought something else. I'm joking. Happiness.
Good.
One word for Manchester.
One word for Manchester. Cool.
One word for England.
Bad history.
One word for music.
The best.
One word for musician.
Creative.
One word for songwriter.
Personal.
I like that. And the last one now, Manchester City, one word.
Love of my life.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your girlfriend for a coffee and I'm going to ask her, define Kyle in one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
One negative, one positive.
Yeah.
Negative, she'd probably say self-critical. Positive, she would probably say I don't know, what would she say? She would say that I'm creatively driven or something like that, I think.
I see. When this interview goes live, you pause when you get to this point and you ask her answer. When she tells you, you play off again to see if you're gonna get it right.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Kyle, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before asking the question, tell me what music has taught you so far.
Music has taught me to be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
To not put yourself down. I think and also not put yourself on a pedestal. I think it's taught me to be kinder to myself. I think it's taught me
Amazing.
a bit of discipline as well.
I love that. I think it says everything, music is about discipline, being kind to yourself. I think music is just beautiful. It's just it's a magic when you listen to music, when you write music, when you perform music, or it's so connected. I just love it. Okay, can you ask me a question now, Kyle?
What is your favorite film or one of your favorite films and why?
Wow, great question. So difficult because I love movies, literally. I go to the cinemas every weekend. It's the only time, it's my therapy of the week. It's the only time where I forget about everything. I forget about the magic box, I forgot about everything. So it's very difficult. Okay, can I tell you two for different reasons? Okay, the first one I'm gonna tell you because it is a movie that for some reason I just like it. Cold Mountain with Nicole Kidman, Jude Law, Renee Zellweger. I don't know if you watched this movie. It's such a. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, there's something about that movie that I don't know. I just like the scenario, the relationship between them. The Renee Zellweger, she was very country. Her personality. Nicole Kidman, very elegant. I just love it. I just love the love story. I think it was beautiful. Right. There's another one as well. It's so difficult, but the first one came to my mind. Yeah, it was Green Book. I don't know if you watched it. Green Book.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love the trip between these two guys, completely different, and I love the way one was very elegant, very sophisticated, and the other one very rough, very, and there were beauty in both of them. There was such a beautiful, personality between both of them. The contrasts, between them, the way they got connected through that trip. It really blew my mind. I literally watched it and I felt goosebumps. I was laughing, I was emotional, I was everything. Yeah. So those two, but trust me, Kyle, I could tell you so many movies that I love it. I love movies. Movies makes me, wonder about life, about things, and I get into it. I go to the cinema. I feel the energy, I feel everything, all the emotions about movies. So yeah, I'll say those two for you right now. And I'm glad you watched it, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm a big film buff as well, so.
Have you watched I Origins?
No.
I'm gonna send the link for you to watch it. It's been 11 years. 11 years. It's a movie that Cineworld. You know the company Cineworld. Yeah, they have this membership card. I have since 2007. I'm a member of them since 2000.
What, like the annual pass?
Yeah, the membership you pay monthly. The Cineworld.
Is that when you can go as many times as you want?
Anytime you want. So for me, it works properly because I go anytime. So for me, it's great. So I'm in this movie, I Origins. I went without seeing the trailer. I just finished. I was working out. I finished the gym, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch a movie." It was just next door. And I said, "What is on now?" And I saw this movie, I Origins. I loved it. I remember even post on my Facebook about the movie because I was blown up about such a beautiful movie. It's a scientist with a very spiritual person. Like they connect each other. So imagine the contrast between both. I'm gonna send the link. Maybe one your days you're off, you can have a look and you tell me if you like it.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm a big movie lover. So you know what I'm talking about. Movies. It brings me the very good vibes as well. I love watching movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer for you.
Good.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Loved it, mate. Yeah, it was great.
Thanks again. Thanks for being so kind. Since we got connected, we were on holidays. You're like, okay, William, come back. Can organize that. And I love passionate people. I love people who are very proactive the way you are. And I think it's amazing to be productive. And I love that. So carry on with your music, and I hope to come to see your gig one day. Okay?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'll be there. So before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Positive message. It seems funny, but like I also watch RuPaul's Drag Race quite a lot.
Okay.
And at the end of every episode, she says, "If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else?" Amen. And I just think that's such a great little phrase.
I love that. Amazing. Thanks again. Regards to your girlfriend, your family and friends, and keep in touch. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. And keep this up. It's really cool. Like I think the fact that you're just finding people and
it's amazing.
And chatting to people, I think it's well cool.
I love it. I think it's we just made memories right now. That's what I like. It's great. Man. Thanks again. Thanks for the kind words. Take care. Okay.
And you take care, man. Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.